Hi, I'm Doug Baker, Director of Sales here at Teledyne Hastings Instruments, and today I'm going to present our newest vacuum gauge, the HVG-2020B. The HVG-2020B gauge measures pressure from 1,000 torr, or just over atmospheric pressure, down to 0.1 millitorr, also called 0.1 micron. Now, one of the important advantages of this gauge is that the HVG-2020B uses two sensors to accurately calculate and provide the pressure reading. The first sensor is our piezoresistive sensor, which measures pressures above 10 torr. The second is a thermal-based Pirani sensor, which measures below 1 torr. Now, in between 1 and 10 torr, the microprocessor in the instrument calculates a weighted average to ensure a smooth handoff from one sensor to the other. Another nice feature of the two-sensor approach is that the low-end Pirani routinely zeroes the piezo, so this in turn allows us to provide a very tight accuracy specification. We'll give that spec towards the end of the video. The HVG-2020B vacuum gauge has all the convenient features as the piezo-only version, which we call the HVG-2020A. Those features include the optional color touchscreen display, the USB port, which can be used with our free Windows software, flexible analog output, either voltage or 4 to 20 milliamp current, process control TTL set points, digital communications via RS-232 or RS-45, and easy-to-view LEDs which show pressure and instrument status. The optional color touchscreen display has many useful views and menus, my favorite being the graphical mode. And you can learn more about those features by watching the HVG-2020A product video. In this video, we're going to focus on the advantages of the new HVG-2020B vacuum gauge. Before we describe one of the key advantages, let's talk briefly about the traditional convection-driven Pirani gauge. At low pressures, specifically below 1 torr, the convection-driven Pirani works like any other Pirani. But as the pressure is increased above 1 torr, convection-driven currents are set up in the tube, which allow these tubes to measure up to atmospheric pressure. However, there are some important behaviors to keep in mind. First, these convection currents are gas species dependent. As you can see from the animation shown here, different gases will give very different readouts at higher pressures when compared to the actual pressure. In other words, the reading provided by a convection-driven Pirani at higher pressures is going to be significantly different for argon or for helium or for CO2. You get the idea. Another thing to know about convection-driven Pirani tubes is that they must be mounted with the axis horizontal, or the convection currents will not flow properly and readings starting around 1 torr and higher will be inaccurate. Now, the HVG-2020B does not rely on any convection currents in the gas. Instead, a direct force piezoresistive sensor is used. Now, the first benefit of the direct force approach is that it is gas species independent. In other words, at pressures above 10 torr, it does not matter if you're using freon, air, helium, argon, CO2, whatever, the HVG-2020 output will be the same for a given pressure. Also, the HVG-2020B can be mounted in any orientation. Of course, it's always the best practice to mount with the port facing down to keep out debris or oil. So what does that mean for the user? The HVG-2020B offers excellent accuracy across the entire pressure range. So to summarize, the HVG-2020B provides measurement across a wide range of pressures by using two sensors in one small package. This gives the user excellent accuracy, which in turn improves process control. Unlike convection-driven Pirani, the HVG-2020B is not affected by gas composition above 10 torr. I also want to mention that like the HVG-2020A, the 2020B provides the user with an ambient temperature measurement. The optional color touchscreen display gives access to many useful views and menus, and every 2020B provides both analog and digital output, including USB. The HVG-2020B is easy to power and install, which saves time. And even without the display, the user can still view the two LEDs, which give information about the status of the gauge and the pressure in the vacuum system. Finally, the 2020 Vision line of vacuum products is compatible with our free Windows software, which you can download from our website. I want to thank you for watching our video, and if you have any questions about the HVG-2020B or any of our other vacuum gauges, mass flow meters, or mass flow controllers, please feel free to contact us by phone, email, or live chat on our website. Thanks again.